Hey everyone, my name is Deena and you're watching my channel on productivity tips. Our goal is to help you be the most effective self that you can be and use the fewest resources to get you there. For today's topic, we're going to talk about psychological sinkholes, as I call them, which I define as anything that takes up excess mental energy when there is an alternative path to doing the same thing with fewer resources. We like to make sure that whatever you're doing efficiently. You're doing it well. You're doing it, if you watch my video about laziness, you're doing it with the least possible resources. But there are some common traps that get everybody all the time. And these are the principles that I keep referring back to when I'm trying to help make people work more efficiently. So hopefully these tips will help you as well work more efficiently. So to avoiding our psychological sinkhole number one is task switching. It takes time and energy for your mind to switch from one thing to another. There's no such thing as true multitasking. You could see our video on that too. Um, it just takes time and energy. And if you're trying to move from one thing to another, there is time and energy lost in the task switching. So batching things together, trying to make sure that you're doing one type of activity at a time for a significant amount. So you have to switch fewer times throughout the day. That is super helpful. This is especially a challenge with people with ADHD. So if that defines you, then absolutely try to stick with the same type of activity because flitting around is just going to be harder to really get into things. Number two, high memory usage. When you have to remember things, that also takes a lot of mental energy because it's constantly in your mind trying to remember, trying to remember, trying to remember. So we suggest usually using task lists. Task lists are great because then you don't have to remember it anymore. Something else is doing that for you. I actually find that once you do that too much, you kind of lose the ability to remember everything, but it's all written down so you know where to find it. So you actually have the capacity to remember a lot more. But that will take up extra resources if you are not writing things down. Also, you're going to forget things. You're human. So if you write it down, you can't forget it because it's already written down. You just need to remember to check that. Number three is difficulty prioritizing in real time. When something comes up, you are automatically going to feel like that is important because that is the way our bodies are trained, right? Back in our jungle days when we didn't have to think about, is something a priority? The tiger was chasing you now, so you needed to run. It is a priority. I don't have food now, so that is a priority. Does not feel like a priority, everything on your to-do list. So what I usually tell people is to prioritize in advance. So that way, at the end of the day, you're planning what you're doing for the next day. The morning, you're planning what you're doing for that day. When something comes up, even if it feels like a fire drill, put it on your task list, only because that way, once it's there, you'll be able to organize the information and say, oh, is this really a priority? Is this something I really need to be focusing on? Number four is informational clutter. Just like in your home, they tell you everything needs to have a place. In your work, everything needs to have a place, whether it's on your computer, your task list, your emails, your something. When everything has a home, it has a place where you know what to do with it, has rules associated with it. When you have things coming in that have not been sorted out, for example, a messy inbox, it's going to be overwhelming for you. So these four things are the things that I focus on the most, making sure that we don't have that informational clutter, that everything has a place, that you're able to prioritize properly and effectively, that you're not using your memory to keep track of things, and that you're not doing task switching too much. I hope that this and other videos that we have will help you be your most effective self, to get a lot done, to be more focused, to be more productive, and have that return on impact that we want you to have. Good luck, and make sure to follow our channel and playlists for other tips and videos about how you can be your most effective self. Thanks for